Hi there. So today we're going to make a roasted corn salad. This is one of my newest recipes and I thought I would make it because it's corn season right now and I didn't have a corn salad. So the first step is we have to roast our vegetables. So you want to get a baking sheet, a regular size baking sheet like this, and line it with some parchment paper or a silicone baking mat. If you've never used parchment paper before, you can find it near the aluminum foil and the saran wrap. And it's made to go in the oven up to very high heat, up to like 425, I think, and nothing sticks to it. So instead of oiling our pans, we use this. So just pull off a length, cut it to fit your pan. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then just kind of press it in to the edges there, and it should stay down. So once you get that ready, we're going to roast our corn on the cob, our red bell pepper, and our zucchini. Now I already pre-roasted mine, and I'll show you what that looks like. So here's a red bell pepper and the corn, and then I quartered the zucchini. You can roast yours whole, you can cut it in little pieces. People do it all different ways, but I just quartered mine so it's easier to handle when I chop it. So let me put it on the cutting board here. Kind of show you how I chopped mine. This is the zucchini. I cut it kind of small little pieces like that. And what I did with the quarters is can you see this? I just cut down the middle, made another slice, and then one on this side. So, and then I went across. And there we go. So that's about one zucchini, one medium zucchini, lightly roasted and cut up. We'll come back to that in a sec. And then for the corn, I've already taken the kernels off of 3 ears of the corn, but I did want to show you how I did that in case you were wondering. And if some of the corn sticks together like this in little pieces, that's fine. So what you want to do then is just hold your corn straight down into a bowl like this. And as you can see, I roasted mine lightly. If you want to roast yours more so it's more brown or put it on the barbecue grill, you can do that. But even light roasting is really going to add to the flavor. So you want to put this into a bowl with kind of high sides because sometimes the kernels can go flying. So just cut right at the bottom of each kernel down, turn it, and go all the way around just till all those kernels are off. Now you can also eat plain corn that hasn't been roasted if you're into that and you don't want to roast. And that goes for the zucchini, that goes for the red bell pepper too. But for this recipe I did want to do a little roasting. And when we mix this up in a little bit together, a lot of these will break up. But if some of them stay like that, that's totally fine. All right. So I'm going to add my zucchini in with the corn. And I don't peel my zucchini for this. I like the skin on. Now for the roasted red bell pepper, just slice it down one of the sides. Open it up. It'll be nice and it'll be really juicy in there. And then just remove the seed bulb. And if there's a little left over there, we can remove that as well. And it looks like I'm going to have some extra liquid here. So let me put it in a bowl. Okay. So just cut lengthwise. And again, we're kind of going for the smaller pieces. If you want to do bigger pieces, you certainly can. And then turn it and go across, kind of like we did with the zucchini. And then I will put those into my bowl. If you only had an orange bell pepper or a yellow bell pepper or even a green one, you could use that as well. But I like the red because the red is the sweetest. If you want to use a different kind of pepper, like an Anaheim pepper or a poblano pepper, you could do that too. But I just like the red in this. It's really pretty. Okay. So those are 3 roasted veggies. Okay, so we have our red bell pepper, our zucchini, and our corn, all roasted, all chopped in our bowl. So we're going to add the remaining ingredients, and I'll go down the list. So we're going to add some black beans. I'm just using canned black beans today, the Westbury Natural, no salt added. And yeah, these are one of my favorites. You can make your own beans from scratch if you want as well. So that is 1 can drained and rinsed. We don't want a soupy salad here, so we want to make sure to drain and rinse. And then I like to add avocado to this. It's kind of optional if you don't want to add avocado, but it adds a little bit of richness. So let me move this over here. What I do with my avocado is I just cut little squares in it, and I always cut it on the cutting board instead of in my hand for safety. So just cut across and then cut the other direction, so you're ending up with little squares. And then with a soup spoon, just scrape it all out there. And then I'm going to do the other half. I usually just use the tip of my knife to get the pit out. Some people do the and then they twist it out. I just like this easy version. All right, so I'm just going to do the same thing on this side. And you know what? I usually just cut this end off because I don't want to deal with that little brown end. And then okay. So I'm going to add that to the bowl. Next, I'm going to add a quarter cup of lime juice. That's the dressing we're using today, just very light and easy. And this is 3/4 teaspoon medium chili powder. I'm just using a generic basic chili powder here. If you like things spicier, you can add a spicier chili powder. But I am going to be using a quarter teaspoon of chipotle powder, which is spicy. And then the last thing is just a few pumpkin seeds. These are unsalted, unroasted pumpkin seeds. You can add them to the top. You can add them in the salad like this. It doesn't really matter. And those are all the ingredients. So now let's just mix it up here. If you wanted to add something else in, like fresh herbs, you could do that. If you wanted to add some carrots or some celery, that would be really good too. I kind of see recipes as starting points. So don't feel like you can't venture off and, you know, make changes. We all do it. Or maybe you want to make it once, see how you like it, and then make adjustments next time. Doesn't that look pretty? This would be a great potluck dish. All right. And especially if you're taking it somewhere to share with others, you want to put it into a pretty dish. This makes about 7 cups of salad. It makes a lot. Okay. Ooh, that looks looks good. All right, there we go. And if you wanted to add some pumpkin seeds to the top as garnish, you could certainly do that. You could add a little black pepper or fresh herbs. Or you could leave the pumpkin seeds out if you don't want pumpkin seeds. All right, that is it. Easy, easy. Thank you, guys.